Thanks very much, Leaf. Marcos, congratulations. Well done. Were you motivated to take out Dennis, or you just want to get back on the TC desk? I know you love it here.
Dude, nothing gets me more hyped than being here with you, Prakash. Especially here in Monte Carlo. I mean, it looks good, man.
You look good.
Oh,
you look good out there
thank you.
today. Exceptional. 5 out of 6 break points saved. You were big on the big points, but what patterns from the back work best for you against Dennis today?
Oh man, it's tough. I mean, on these conditions, it's a little cold today on the clay. It's hard to hit winners. Dennis is massive firepower. He's fast as hell. He can hit serves that are massive, and so it's no hold is really safe. Like even if you're up a break or not, and so I knew every single point I was gonna have to compete. Last time we played, he got me in Acapulco, which sucked, and so honestly, he lifted a lot to my backhand there. And so this time we reversed the favor. And I went clay dog, man, and so trying to make the most of it.
You're a dog on all surfaces.
I like that. That's what we're going for, man.
You were brilliant in Newport on the grass.
Yeah.
You obviously have had brilliant results on the hard. How comfortable are you on the clay?
Honestly, I love playing on clay. It's fun. Like for me, it's really fun. You get a slide, and it's different. Like I grew up on hard my whole life, and it's challenging, yeah, in terms of like, okay, there's certain situations where you feel like maybe a little more exposed. Like when you think green light, let me smoke this. Let me be inside the court and let me smoke this. And sometimes that's not great. You're giving guy something to work with, a target. And so there's some stuff that you got to change and make an adjustment. But I enjoy moving on it. I actually have a lot of fun with it, and it's a hell of a challenge. Yeah, there's some guys where you're like, this is going to be an interesting day, but I want to come here and do well on the clay this year.
Yeah, you got to put those quads to use. If you're not using your legs
use
out
the
here,
ground,
what are you doing? Fourth round, Indian Wells. You had an early loss in Miami, which gave you about 2.5 weeks to be able to prep here. What does that block look like for you?
Oh, I honestly, it was first few days I took like 3-4 days off, which was maybe even 5 days. I needed a reset. Like I think always when you have the whole first quarter, when you go to clay, it's just boom, whatever happened in the past happened in the past, and it's time to move forward. It was tough. I didn't play Houston, even though I really like the tournament. It's a beautiful club, but I just didn't feel ready emotionally and mentally to compete. I think even in Miami, I lost a tough one, but I don't think I was the best version of myself competing in those moments, and it's tough. That's one of the challenges. And so I took a few days off, and then I got into clay and started moving. You work on your movement because that's one of the hardest things, and try and build the base because there's a lot of tournaments we played, and we got to be ready for best of 5 by Roland Garros. And so I'm thinking long term and try and do again. One of my goals is to do well at the big tournaments, and I'm really happy to be here to get my first win, but let's go big or go home, right?
There's lots of points to be made here. Well, speaking of go big or go home, are there any plans to go home at some point? Americans always do it a little bit different. Are you staying all the way through?
I mean, we'll make audibles. We'll see.
Okay.
I think with Madrid and Rome being 2-week events, it kind of changes the flow. I think before when Madrid was 1 week and Rome was 1 week, if you start here, then it's by week 4. You're starting Rome at week 4, and I think you can be a little crispy by then. And so I kind of looked at it like, okay, I'll play this, I'll play Munich. If I do well in Madrid, which I'm trying to do, which I want to do, great. And if I don't, it's 2 weeks, 10 days, between events, and so maybe go back home for 10 days. If I do well, great. If I go to Rome and I do well, fantastic. That's what we want to do. But if not, got to go home, reset, and be ready for French. And so that's kind of how I'm looking at it.
Either way, it's a win-win.
Either way, it's a win-win.
Okay, Marcos, I'm gonna ask you to step into my seat, right, the analyst seat, and you just watched Marcos win his first match. Kid's looking good. What are the strengths he needs to focus on for the clay, and what are some areas you would like to see the brother improve?
Oh, that's a hell of a question. I like that. I mean, moving. I think moving and clay is like, it's a forehand dominant surface, I think. And so I think it's really looking for more forehands, knowing how to slide well into the backhand corner. And when you get pinned there, to making sure that I'm really able to use my backhand in a productive way, that it's not like a slow death, and I'm able to use it in a hopefully aggressive and get ahead, but definitely don't get behind. Get enough depth on that, get good direction, and try and, use that as an opportunity versus, maybe getting into a slow, just death there. So yeah, a little bit of you have to, like, many times I typically play like on the rise and I play aggressive. I'd like to take time away, but especially in conditions like this where it's slow, it's heavy, you can't really do that. It gets no reward, and so it's learning how can you use that, create the pace, really use it, but also a mix of But I'd say really being able to create pace when I need to, and then also not get stuck in the backhand corner. Just that's How can I say that?
That's a pretty good breakdown.
Yeah, I think so.
You broke down your game.
How about you? How about you? What do you think, Prakash?
For your game?
Yeah, let's hear it.
Well, listen, I think you're so fit out there,
Yeah.
and that's going to pay dividends on especially those bad days, right?
Yeah.
So when you're not playing great, you can outlast a lot of people out here. So when you can get wins on those days, that's huge, because most people, you play well, you win, you play bad, you lose. So you can pick up some wins there.
Love
on
that.
The good days, I want to keep seeing you be aggressive. Because
Like
you can really step in when you do. So keep that aggressive mindset. Don't always just rely on the legs.
I like that. I love
and
that.
also just keep getting those free points on the serve. Nothing like those free points on the clay.
No. I like that. I agree with you. It's easy to
I
get
didn't
caught.
think we were gonna get here. Now you flipped it around. Now you got me
come
giving
on,
coaching.
please.
Tips.
I like this.
That's well
Prakash.
done. That's good stuff.
I love this.
Look,
Good feedback.
another big part of playing well during the clay court season is obviously adjusting to the lifestyle. You're away from home for a while.
Yeah.
Europe is very different than the States. How does it sit with you? Do you enjoy being in Europe? Do you miss a lot of things from back home?
Yeah, no, I think I really enjoy it in Europe, to be honest. I think it's just a long time from here until Wimbledon. Everything's in Europe, and so it's the duration that's really tough. Here in Monte Carlo, when it's a nice hotel and you see the bay and you got the mountainside, I mean, it's beautiful. It's hard to not enjoy it. But I think if you're here for 6 weeks in a row, it can be a lot. And I think more than anything, it's just tournament after tournament after tournament. It's hard to disconnect. It's not most Americans' favorite surface. And so I think it's important to actually go back home in between at some point to kind of be able to disconnect, reset, and be motivated to be here. And so, yeah, I actually quite enjoy it.
Seems like you're in a great headspace. You're looking good on the court, feeling good off. Go get some rest, get a great meal, and come visit us again.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm going to try and, bench some dumbbells like you and be ready to hit through the clay.
That's my guy. Leaf, back to you guys.
Cool. You're machine.
Thanks.